I was really, really nervous. I was really scared. I remember being in the lobby before I met him, just shaking.
The next day, I was like, oh, work ethic, everything is there. So we signed it that night. We didn't let it leave the office.
Really?
The 3 in the morning was when that contract got signed. So from the meeting around 3, 4 in the afternoon, we signed it by 3 in the morning.
The streets are talking and they're saying Rihanna just dropped a bomb on Jay-Z. She's out here spilling all the tea about how he might be tied up to some real shady business. We're talking about young girls, secret flights and boardroom meetings that will make your skin crawl. Is this the end of Jay-Z's empire? Well, hold on. This isn't even a whole story. Rihanna's tea just got started. There's way more dirt coming out and it's gonna shake up the whole music industry. We're talking about stuff that can change everything we thought we knew about our favorite celebrities. And get this, even Miss Queen Bee might have been caught up all in this mess. You heard me right, Beyoncé might not be as clean as we all thought. Is she a part of all this drama too? The tea is piping hot and it's about to spill all over the place. So here's the deal, Rihanna is out here claiming as she was allegedly brought to Jay-Z when she was just a young child. We're talking about 16 years old. Can you even imagine a teenager getting mixed up with one of the biggest names in the music biz? It's wild and it's got people talking and asking some real uncomfortable questions. Now, we've got to talk about Jaguar Wright and what she's been saying. Because she's been telling everybody who will listen that Rihanna got flown out to the US without her parents. Just picture this, a young girl all alone ending up in some fancy boardroom with Jay-Z and his crew. It's giving a real hunter versus prey type of energy if you ask me.
Okay, then, we sat down and we talked. And they were talking about how she would stay in the studio and try to get the verse over, then come back the next day. I was like, oh, work ethic, everything is there. So we signed it that night.
But it got even crazier because Jaguar Wright is saying that Rihanna's dad showed up 24 hours later to collect a fat check. Now, I don't know about you, but what kind of parent does that, sending your little girl over to another country and then showing up just to get paid? It's making people wonder if Rihanna was set up by the very people who were supposed to protect her.
Let's talk about Rihanna. The diva Rihanna.
This is where it gets really interesting. Remember Rihanna's first big hit, Pon the Replay? That song blew up after she just turned 17. And guess what happened around that same time? She signed with Jay-Z label Def Jam. Now, I'm not saying there's something fishy going on, but come on, a teenage girl gets discovered, flies to the US, meets Jay-Z, and suddenly she's got a record deal and a hit song. That's a lot of coincidence if you ask me.
We only seem to work on team.
As Jaguar Wright wasn't holding back when someone asked her if it was starting to sound like Rihanna was illegally brought in. You know what she said? It's starting to sound that way, doesn't it? And that's not a denial. That's someone who thinks that there's more to the story that's been told. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but Rihanna's so successful now. Maybe it was all worth it. But hold on, we're talking about a young woman here. Someone who might have been taken advantage of by a powerful man in the industry. It doesn't matter how famous or rich she got later. If it's true, it's just straight up wrong. And let's not forget this. This isn't just about Rihanna. If Jay-Z's mixed up in this kind of mess with her, who's to say there aren't other young artists out there with the similar stories? Well, your guesses are as good as mine, but there's other artists who allegedly have some dirt on Mr. Carter. None other than Miss Foxy Brown. Now, Foxy has been keeping it real lately, and she's not holding back either. She's out here telling everybody who will listen about how Jay-Z did her dirty when she was just a young talent. We're talking really young, guys, and what's about to be dropped will make your skin crawl.
Jay is phenomenal. What the hell am I gonna see in this record that's gonna just destroy him?
Foxy was just about 14 or 15 years old when she meets Jay-Z. She's a young artist in the game, all wide-eyed and ready to be a star. And what does Jay-Z do? He starts writing lyrics for her that will make a sailor blush. And we're not talking about sweet little love songs about hair and lip gloss and candy. No, Jay-Z has young Foxy rapping about grown people explicit business.
So it is 16 years old is when you started?
I started at 16. 15 turning 16, yeah.
Wow, so it only took you a couple of years.
Yeah.
Fox is spilling all the details about how Jay-Z co-wrote her song Il Nana. If you heard the track, you know it's not for young people, at least it shouldn't be. And Jay had Fox, who wasn't even old enough to drive, rapping lines like Yo Nana, ill first week, outshipped to $500,000, men freaked out, she's all about X. Yeah, definitely inappropriate. And that's a whole young woman being made to say things she probably doesn't even all the way understand. But it gets worse. Rumor has it Jay-Z wasn't just her mentor, he was her first. Yeah, you heard me right. Allegedly, Jay-Z took her V-car when she was still not old enough, if you know what I mean. And he was paying her bills too. Now, I don't know about you all, but that sounds like a lot of grooming to me.
Or, you know what I mean? It's like an ordinary point of view. It's like very controversial. You know, you got to speak about it. So it's cool. It's cool. Yeah. Fox, she's a baby, but she listens to me. You know what I mean? She's tough. You know what I mean? She's strong. She's a brat, but she listens to me, so it's cool.
And when Foxy started to realize maybe this wasn't all it was cracked up to be, she started feeling uncomfortable with what was going on. That's when Jay-Z showed his true colors. Jay-Z cut her off not just professionally, but personally too. We're talking full-on blacklisting from the industry. 1 minute she's on top of the world, the next she can't even get a gig to save her life. Now that's some cold-blooded stuff right there.
Just sit down and just and mope and feel sorry for myself. I had to get up, like I always say. I said, what's wrong? He was like, nah, boo, you just still looking like yourself. Like, ain't nothing changed. You ain't looking green, like you still looking like fuck.
But it gets even messier because Foxy is out here saying that Jay-Z gave her STD during the relationship. We're not just talking about taking advantage of a young woman, we're talking about putting her health at risk. It's starting to look like Jay-Z got a whole pattern of treating young women like they're disposable. Now, some folks might be wondering why is Foxy speaking out now. Maybe she's just seeing what happened with Rihanna and all the talk about Diddy, and she's finally feeling safe to tell her truth. Or maybe she just had enough of keeping quiet while Jay-Z keeps acting like he's some kind of role model.
You know, I was asking you over there, what does it feel like to be this successful and this famous? You're 19 years old. What would that be like?
We got to ask ourselves though, is this just how the music industry works? Are young artists, especially young women, just expected to put up with this kind of treatment? Or is Jay-Z extra slimy using his power to take advantage of these girls? Now tell me down below on you guys' opinion about this video, and tell me down below if you guys believe all this mess about Jay-Z and how he takes advantage of young females. But make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!